How's everything going? We are back, and and I was just going to go over a little bit of the. So we've kind of set on that the end of this season is going to be once we get the Holy Flame missionaries actually with their own mission, and we're pretty close to accomplishing that. We've actually gotten most of the necessities, pretty much most everything we have. God, we're almost once we have the retirement home. That's pretty much we've got most everything. And then we have a proper prison and find a use for this thing over here. But since today's the last Kenshi stream of the week, I feel like it's a smart idea if we go ahead and work out what our options for the future are in terms of the future streams. So my main goal here, my main options here, and I think a few people wanted also me to be a little more specific on what exactly the other options are, and I'll give you a few of them. So there is, if for Kenshi, we have the potential of doing combat, but while we watch them fight, because we have gotten kind of to the state of where we can kind of defend ourselves, whether they get in or not. So for Kenshi, our future seasons can either be a kind of almost like a Conan the Barbarian variant of a Shek kind of storyline. We could do the world's strongest, we call it warrior kind of thing, of where he's basically going around trying to get to be the reincarnation of Crawl, because I think that they have Crawl as their historical character. We can have them trying to basically be the second coming of Crawl. And then, hold on, let's move these guys. These are all getting stuck here. I think they're trying to actually go here. Yep. Let's have Hotlong's free streak. I feel like there's a body in one of these, maybe? Oh, Streak's in trouble. Hold on. Stone, can you actually grab Streak? Oh! Grab them. Can you pick up Streak? Oh, there we go. Save Streak, thank you. Now put them down. There we go. He's trying to fix the problem is that Lode's trying to fix the jail cells here. But so we could do that with the Shek. We could do a hyper one, but I noticed very recently other people have already kind of beat me to the punch there. So if you guys still want to see a hyper one, but just my rendition of it, that's a perfectly fine suggestion too. We'd be trying to basically make an equivalent of it, the closest thing to kind of a lore friendly hive, because I kind of like to stick as lore friendly as possible. Even with, like, in the case of this, albeit they don't have to act perfectly the same. Like how we've had the Holy Flame missionaries kind of act like a conglomerate of the Okranite factions. We could have the other people act like a conglomeration. But if we did do the Shek thing, we'd probably be trying to emulate Crawl's Chosen, or even the Band of Bones to some degree, more than actually the official Shek Kingdom. Because I feel like a good final battle would actually be against, because basically the way the Shek culture kind of works is if you can beat the previous leader, you're the leader. So basically getting to where he can overthrow Asada or overthrow the leader of the Band of Bones, and then become maybe leader of the Band of Bones. Because I kind of like the fun element. I think it'd be a fun element to try to play more of an overtly hostile kind of gameplay, which is more closer to Band of Bones or Crawl's Chosen. Oop, there you go. Also, a lot of people who do Shek campaigns often end up helping the Shek, but never the Shek bandit factions, which I think is that's a real missed opportunity, I think. Shek has some very interesting bandit factions, and they tie into a lot more of their culture, like the Shek culture in the story. So I think it'd be fun to play kind of more, especially since I think Kenshi 2 is going to be a prequel, so you might end up running into Shek more similar to them. than the Shek that you have in Kenshi. So I feel like it'd be a good setup. But if we do Hiver, it'll be more emulating of a hive kind of style of play. Like trying to basically establish a hive, maybe with a specific number of members. Focusing mainly on a number of members. Or we could do a Beast Hunter campaign, and the whole thing is to kill the thing of Morn. The Beast of Morn, which is a pretty big creature, and I won't spoil it too much if you don't already know what it is. But it would be a fun thing to have a final fight against. It literally, basically a literal the closest thing to a literal cage match you can get in Kenshi. It's the closest thing you can get to a cage match in Kenshi. So it'd be, I think, an entertaining... Wow, people are really getting stuck right there. What's going on over here? Why are they all kind of interested? All you guys, move here. Uh-oh. How about Dr. Chung try to pick them up and see if you can now run out? Nope. Load, run onto this side. I think that there's something wrong with this staircase here. Here, Dr. Chung, go ahead, put down. You two try to get out of there. Maybe I'll just get rid of these tables. Since we're not putting the seating there yet, we'll just get rid of those tables. That at least means that they won't get stuck. Oh, yep, he's far enough to trade with, and we'll have to think of if we want to add anything else. If we do a table, we'll do it in the center. Even though it will kind of block the path to the stairs. But now that we're not making so much medicine anymore, Dr. Chung's being not nearly as busy. He can just kind of run around. However, that does mean that he could probably carry some of these in his backpack without always throwing them back into the meta crate. Yeah, there we go. He's actually not throwing them away, so that means he can kind of be a... Oh, hold on. We got a neighbor who's knocking on the door. These guys have never heard of just saying hey. Whoop, unlocked. Lock that. Or even, even when we if we did do a Conan the Barbarian one, we could do also like a Conan the Barbarian, but Crawl the Barbarian, Crawl 2, because Crawl the Barbarian, because the second Crawl, or something similar to him. We could do. We could also just try to beat Catlon, but technically the person with the highest attack skill, as far as I know in the game, is Asada. I think they have lower defense skill than Catlon. I'm not entirely. I don't exactly remember, but I think they all their aggressive skills are higher, but I think their defensive skills are lower. But it's been a while, so I'm not entirely familiar. He's really getting caught up on this cage. It's easy wants to go over here, doesn't it? Yeah, I think. Or just doesn't want to initiate going up the stairs. There we go. I almost got this kind of jail infirmary done up here. Yeah, the stairs just really don't want to work for some reason on here. Just be extra careful, try sending people up. We did also want to change up some of the, make sure we changed up the armor colors before we went on, though. But that might just turn out, and depending on if it seems like it going out of the way, might not be continuation of the mission. Because we always showed more armor dying in the other missions, too. There's only one person that gives, as far as I know, only one person I know of that guarantees gives the Shek armor color, and it's ironically somebody hiding out in Gut. I think the Shek faction might do it too, but I do know there's a guy out in Gut that's actually part of the Gutter faction that will give you Shek armor coloring, which is a fun little tidbit of knowledge. Okay, I think we got most of this going. This is looking like a proper little city over here. Actually, you know what? We also need lighting by our mining areas. Otherwise, here, lights, torch posts. Let's get these lit up. Let's think. Mostly need it here in case of the, it's not going to be leaning way back, is it? Kinda. But it's okay. Oh, that one's kind of okay. And then let's get some over here. There we go. Because this lighting is going to improve their actual skill at mining. Because while it's dark, their mining is much worse. Their laboring skill is significantly worse. So lighting up your base is a good investment. Just in general. Yeah, let's confirm that. Fortunately, I don't know exactly if that'll be in the right positioning to really make a difference, but we can actually check here. So working in darkness. And then it's good enough positioning for them. So there's some merit to it. There's some merit to having that light by it. And I think that it's not as big of a penalty since they're near light. You put him here and have them work from there. Oh, he stopped. Never mind. Oh, the other person joined in. And they're by the light, that's fine. And you see laboring not being affected by darkness. We'll also probably want to put it by our fields. Lights and torch posts. Let's try to not make it too off kilter if we can. It's probably gonna look a little weird, but fine. It's kind of, well, we're okay with it being a little weird. We're looking. There we go. However, having a bunch of fire by some of these other farms just asks for a kind of a comical accident to happen. Okay, let's go ahead and just get. Come on, come on. Ah, there we go. There we go. Because the light will prevent the skill from just being kind of wasted, which will increase our resource production in general. So lighting up your base has a practical effect. Oh, hey, how's it going? I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Keefe, or Keith. How's it going? Yeah, lighting up everywhere is a good idea. It's a good idea. This actually room looks really well lit, comparatively to some of the other ones we have. I might even try to light it up more. You know, I might even try to block off this little area so people can't just. So people will just try to stop. Alright, do we have a interior wall? Can I block off this whole area? I really want to. Because if people keep getting stuck in here, you know. It looks like it actually put. Did it say I could actually put a wall on top of this wall? Which would be hilarious, but not really what I want to do. The wall on top of there. That's again not really what I want to do though. Let's do torch post. Right. Here. So it's kind of lighting up the desk. And then another one kind of lighting up back here. And then maybe one on this other side. So we have some more light. Confirm. And then that should be good. It's somewhat taking out of the time we could be building that as a structure, but I kind of like lighting makes something look alive. Make something look alive. So without lighting, it kind of feels a little. Whoa, whoa! Show me what you're really capable of. Fight me, okay? So, okay, a little thing about Band of Bones is the Band of Bones and Crawl's Chosen are fairly similar. The difference is Band of Bones, a lot of times, they're basically like Crawl's Chosen, but, or what call it, or a lot of stuff like that, but they're more like conventional bandits. I think I'm saying the right thing. I think the group I'm thinking is Crawl's Chosen, or maybe they're just both members of the same Band of Bones faction. Maybe I can see. Might not have passed them. Band of Bones. I don't see him. But you can, if you do get rid of, I believe if you actually usurp Stata and the Band of Bones person is still alive, or Flying Bolt, I want to say it's called, I think it's called, will take over. But he's not Band of Bones, I think that's Crawl's Chosen. But either way, they'll take over the Shek area. Which would be kind of fun to kind of set, we call it the Shek back to, we call it pre-Kenshi timeline, we call it gameplay. But another possible option we could do with the Kenshi gameplay is we could also do, again, a Monster Hunter, a Big Thing Hunter, a big game Big Thing Hunter too. Just have a person going around with a falling sun, just to hunt the biggest, baddest big things. Or we could have a, trying to think, an entirely faction-based gameplay. If someone wants to see an entirely faction-based gameplay where you just go through and help one faction exclusively. Because you can actually bodyguard. So we could actually even act like a member of a faction. Which you could do like a UC Samurai, we could do a, we call it a Paladin. But if we do something like that, then I want to do it, we call it like an individual, like a real solo run. And we could even do something like, one thing you can do is like if you want to play as Griffin, for example, you can actually recruit, it's like start off with a character. Ooh. Big Thing Hunter, yeah. Yeah, we've been surviving for a little while, yeah. We're a Big Thing Hunter. Yeah, that one would be fun. With a falling sun. I've done a lot of solo campaigns on my own, so that's oftentimes not a bad idea. If you see what Big Thing eggs cost, they are absolutely insane. They're so like you can make. I made 100,000 cats in my solo gameplay in a few minutes. So from having very packed together and overfilled Big Thing eggs. Because Big Thing eggs cost so much, and if you have a lot of backpack space and a city's just right next to it, especially if you're near Vane and you sell in the Holy Nation, you just can make an absolute insane amount of money, and you don't even need to fight them that much because you can get the hivers to do a lot of the hard work by running into one of the towns. Much harder though if you're on your own because they're really, really heavy and they'll slow you down. Make sure everyone medics. You know, I might even set medics as a job for everybody permanently. There you go. Slide that to top priority for everybody. Now we'll just turn off jobs whenever we get into serious fights. They shouldn't stop fighting just to do that. Just do that. Yeah, see, the fighting goes just perfectly. Got two, we call it most veteran members. Lone Griffin. I've seen so much at this point. They've had we call it absolutely call it. They've gone from losing the settlement to retaking it, and now it's actually being pretty much well defensible. I mean, I probably really shouldn't have put so many gates. Really, one gate is the most defensible gate. A second gate is good for if you want to have a place to escape to. Oh, set up a food shop in Czech territory. Okay, here's why. Okay, so the thing is, everyone acts like Czech don't attack, like Czech don't mess with your settlements if you build in the Czech territory. And this isn't saying about you, but I'm just saying everyone says it because a lot of people say, "Oh, the Holy Nation comes in for prayer day," where they make you talk, right? And the what do you call it? The UC talks about the UC asks for taxes, but a lot of people don't realize if you build in Czech territory, they have something called the food tribute. You would make a killing by building a food place there because they would literally come in and take all the food. That's literally their tax day. Their equivalent of tax day is to literally break in the door, open everything, and if you break in the door, it's considered resisting. If you make them have to break the door, it's considered resisting. And they will take everything, and if you don't open the door so they can run in and take all the food, they will kill you. So I'm like, everyone yeah, the Czech don't attack. Yeah, the Czech don't. Hate whoever you have in your faction, but they will straight up kill you if you don't give them food when they want it. So you would make a killing. But you'd have to be worried because you'd have a whole bunch of... You'd have to play it like a lunch rush. That the lunch rush is just breaking in and they don't want to pay. So you're having to fight them off. Having to fight off the lunch rush. But I love that idea, Kifi. If I'm pronouncing the name correctly. That's a great idea. But I feel like it'd be a comedic play. It'd be very funny to play. Because you'd basically be like having customers, a lot of customers. But then you'd suddenly have like a whole rush of people wanting to take everything and not pay. But lots of people don't know that. That's called food tribute. It's a food tribute event. I don't know if maybe it's bugged for some people, but there should be a whole food tribute event where they break in and take all the food. They'll take up to like 10 items per person. That's during the raid. But I always like. That's why, like, whenever I'm building in Holy Nation land, and people are like, "Oh, well, you have to go through prayer day and everything," I'm like, that's not the worst part of the. Like, you could also ask for money or take your food. So, if you're playing as a human, don't immediately count off the Holy Nation as a pretty good base building spot because you just need to click some button prompts and they're gone. Whereas in Czech territory, or you need to actually. What do you call it? Pretty much make sure you're not going to starve to death. Oops. Let's open the gate. Because they will rob all. Oh, they'll rob all the food. I guess it's because that's why like the UC and the other one gives you food if you pass their patrols. I actually did get a samurai in my solo gameplay to give me a ration pack. I think one time. But I've never had but on Czech territory I've only had food stolen. Yeah, just hide. It's funny. So you can't fall down in UC territory, or you get turned. They capture you and enslave you, right? If you in Holy Nation territory, anyone that they don't like, hide in a house, right? Otherwise, they'll attack you. And if the Czech are attacking you, dump the food. Just dump it all. Dump it somewhere where they can't find it. Because if you lock the doors, they'll break in and take everything that isn't and then attack you. And to me, that's worse than both of the other ones because with no food, when you have no food, you know it doesn't matter if you have a bunch of money if you can't run to a town, right? If you're not somewhere near town and you don't have food and you could have all the money in the world and then your character starves to death, which is a really lame way to die in Kenshi. It's even hard to die from starvation, but now if you're skeletons, build in Czech territory. You don't need food. they won't ever mess with you if you're a skeleton because you don't need food. So they'll show up, there won't be any food, and they leave. So if you're a skeleton, check territory 100% of the way. Best idea. Best idea to go build and check territory if you're a skeleton. If you're anything that requires food, don't build there. Even Shek, do not build there. Because they will come in there and take all your food. I want to see if I can find, what call it? It's called the food tribute event. I think, unless it's no longer, unless it was only in the... Yeah, Fort Food is visited by the Shek Kingdom to rob food supplies of people who've settled in their territory by force. I never hear him get called out on that. I always feel... What call it? I always feel like I always hear about tax day and prayer day, but you'd think that you'd remember when the door gets kicked in and they're asking to take all your food. I always found that funny that they get such a pass on that. I think it's because most people don't settle in Czech territory, so they never have a problem. Exactly, with foul meat. That's a great one. So if you wanted to make like a Czech, or not Czech, a Hiver or skeleton restaurant, it'd be perfect because you wouldn't need the food. So you could still have the food, and you could role play whenever they attack as like a food rush or something like that. That'd be really fun. Yeah, Czech are pretty cool. So I think that's kind of the rule of cool. Means that they're kind of like the Conan the Barbarian. They've got Crawl, which is kind of like Crom, which is, or I guess similar name, but he's closer to Cole the Conqueror or Conan the Barbarian in their lore, basically, to where he fought like 100 people and only got defeated when he gets stabbed in the back. Or I guess you could say he's more of an Achilles character, but. I'm actually kind of letting these people lay around because I can fight them every once in a while, and it's good training. But I've never ever heard anyone complain about food day, and I'm guessing maybe because if most people who play food requiring characters just don't really settle in Czech land. I'm guessing it's just that most people just don't know it happens. But most people just don't settle in Czech land because there's not really much reason. If you check out in Czech land, like in Czech territory, it's pretty much all kind of down in here by the swamp, yes, but near Vane, which Vane has beak things. So building like this, if we did a Hive playthrough, this would be kind of a place I would love to go and try to settle, is because it has beak things and gorillas, which is terrifying. But we'd probably do the start where we start with like 5 people and work our way into actually living along Vane and being basically our own Western Hive town. Or we could do something in like the Southern Hive area, which is a little bit different. But but if we could do a faction specific gameplay as well, so we could do like an actual just a single paladin. Like we could even play as Griffin, like a character playthrough, or we could play in the UC. You see what I'm saying? Make our own little UC character, or we could even do a Black Desert. Black Desert's just the best place if you're a skeleton, though, because it has high tier weapons. It has high tier weapons. But yeah, food tribute. I remember food tribute. What do you call it? Tribute. The Holy Flame missionaries remember. What do you call it? Like, was it the pepper? I can't remember what the joke was, but the farm remembers. Or we call it. I don't remember the joke, but there was a meme I think about that. But I remember playing and having a food and seeing food tribute. So maybe I'm just a little sore. We call it, but I always found that was 10 times worse than having to pay a few thousand, which if you're carrying 10 items of food, unless they're dried meat, will end up being more than a few thousand anyway, if just one person gets to your food. And the fact that they'll attack you if you're perceived as resisting in any way just makes it way worse. Because then it's like, oh, I didn't open my door in time. They're now destroying everything they can see. So I've always avoided building in that territory because it's just. It would be fun actually maybe to make a Shek building in that territory and having to fight off food tribute, which would be kind of fun. Make kind of like the maybe the Band of Bones see the new Shek as kind of bandits. Like even though the Band of Bones and the Carl's Chosen are bandits, that it's actually flipped the script that they see the Shek Kingdom as bandits because they're coming in taking their food, but they don't want people to fight them. They're like, oh well, we shouldn't just go around fighting people, but we can rob you of your food, so that you get like the Band of Bones or what you call like that, flipping the script and being Robin Hood-esque versus. I've always been sore about that. It's like a pet peeve and Kenshi of mine is I've never forgiven the food tribute. Yeah, travel the map would be good. I think I would actually agree with that statement about not wanting to build an outpost initially. That's probably the best way to play the game is to travel around a lot. Actually, now if I can give you a recommendation, and people are going to hate me for this, but I'd say Mongrel. Now people might go, "That's sending someone in to die," but actually, hear me out. If you get at least a 20 miles per hour, right, miles per hour speed, nobody's going to catch you. Nobody's going to catch you. You're not going to get catched and eaten or anything. You don't have to worry about it. If you can get 20 to 22. Now, if a fog prince finds you, you're a little in trouble. But if you can get somewhere between 20 to 24 miles per hour in movement speed, like how we're sitting at 24 right now, and that's -2, you are basically invincible in the Foglands. Get to Mongrel and then help the guards, and you'll be fighting droves of fogmen. It's probably one of the most like morale boosting ways you can play the game is for once you're fighting the naked person with nothing but a stick versus being the naked person with the stick. Now just don't get knocked over. You don't want to train toughness there because if you get knocked over, you're going to get thrown into a pole, and that won't be good for you. But and watch out about sleeping on the Thieves' Tower. If you go sleep on the Thieves' Tower, they can run up and grab you while you're sleeping. Albeit, I've never had them escape really with me. I think, okay, there's one time where I was not paying attention. I ended up getting, snatched out of the city. But I was able to get back because it was like one single drone that got knocked out. And he didn't have time to call his buddies in to try to get me. And also because my character was pretty much had all their injuries worked out. So it doesn't matter breaking in the lock and running at a max speed away. A lot of these guys are playing dead. How close are we on building everything? Load has the production been going? That building has been at 0 of 16 materials for a long time, Load. Are you sure you're working? I don't mean to rush you, Load, but I'm pretty sure I'm not really entirely confident in your production speed. There we go. We'll give him a little bit of a push. Well, why is he going outside? Oh boy. Load. I think you missed something. Here, defend yourself, please. Oh, we got hit. Hit in the leg, though. Oh yeah, it was. Was it that we have the we call it the missionaries or the part of the we call it the missionaries we got here are part of the Okranite Missionary Union? They we call it they're not building it right now because they're we call it they are requiring a break. Believe it or not, I actually see like the whole nation in the UC actually would be like I could see them having we call it something similar to guilds or unions. Why is he going outside for it? Why does he need to go outside to build this thing? This is weird. Oh, the door's closed. Is that it? Oh boy. Hold on. Pause. Unpause. Build. Engineer first priority. How about that? Oh, he just really doesn't want to build it. He just objectively will not build it. He refuses. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a good idea to wait till building. I also would recommend building a house or buying a house in town somewhere, but in a neutral town, like one that, like, again, Mongrel is a huge recommendation here, just because there's a pretty big house you can buy that has a pretty good access to. Oh, Swamp Ninja. We can get our green armor. Let's go get him. There you go. Prepare to be imprisoned for your your clothing potential. There we go. So we'll get all our newbies in green. I'll show you kind of where a fun little thing you can do with these guys. So let's put them in. Oh, poor someone was stuck back there. I think it's that Logan is trying to get around somehow, or trying to go upstairs. I don't really know. Okay, either way, let's go ahead and loot. And oh, actually no, we need the newbies. Let's get the newbies. Infinite Wing Wang, Shrike, Molly, Plant, Jewel, Hiroto, and Thok, and Streak. I think everyone past Dr. Chung, I would consider the newbies. Let's tell them to hold and stop their jobs for a second. We're in here. Okay. So let's start with Streak. Loot. There we go. Green armor. That's really cool. I love the fact that we can get the green armor. Now we can wash off the stolen tag in a bit, but we're gonna first get everybody's clothes switched over. And as far as I know, the holy chestplate is the only thing they're wearing that we can do that to. There's other gear. Oh, just so you know, so you don't, you're not surprised. Only Imperial Samurai armor. Only the Empire. It's called Empire Samurai armor, and that's why I kept calling them Empire, because all their armor says, all the UC stuff says Empire, but only that can be dyed, not the normal armor. So I had like Masterwork in my solo play. I had a Masterwork Samurai armor, and I was testing that, and it did not dye it. So it dyed everything else, but not that. Oh, that's a good point. If you're rich in the UC, you're not breaking the law. Do you have to pay taxes in town? No, you do not have to pay taxes in town, as far as I know. Now, in the UC, you can run into a noble who might boss you around, but as far as I know, I've never had a food tribute. I've had homes in Squin. That's the closest thing to building in Shek territory I ever touch is building in Squin. Because it's a pretty good position if you want to do mining early on in the game. If you want to just mine and get money, and you don't have the skills to get it other ways, that's a great place to go. But taxes in the UC do not apply to buildings in the UC as long as they're in town. You do not pay taxes in town. I think the logic behind that is you're basically getting taxed for pulling a profit from their land. And unless you have hydroponics, you can't build inside. So I think it's basically saying that because you're growing stuff, you're making stuff on their land. They're saying, well, it's still ours, and you have to pay to acknowledge that. Oh, we gotta keep doing this armor. I'm almost forgetting. Let's get a Jewel green armor. Bring that back over. I wonder if this armor will turn a different color. I don't think mercenary leather armor will. It may have changed something. Let's see. Out of trading range. Hold on, let's get them a little closer. Loot. There we go. Green. And, oh, we've been forgetting some of the pants. So we can change the pants to green too. Did I forget anyone who had samurai plate pants? I don't think I did. I think Trike was the first one that had samurai leg plates. And then Crumble John. Let's get him some green leg plates. And Infinite Wing. There we go! That's really fun. Oh, Streak, were you? Oh no, Streak still has the normal armor. Hold on. There we go. We need you to wear green too. Oh, that's fun. We got everybody wearing green armor, or most everyone wearing green armor, and then the leaders are wearing red or orange. It's a fun way to like distinguish your troops, because once they all have heavy armor or like things blocking their face, there's virtually no way to tell who the heck you're looking at. Oh, we have a few people. I think we started changing all our veteran characters. Benji, Zim. We don't have Stone, Logan, Slink. I think because these guys were all really, really early. Orange. So that way we can kind of do a rough gauge of combat skill just by looking at them from a distance, which is really fun. And you can wear the same armor, so no need to change up your armor sets to make sure that people look different. How many colors? There's a lot. I don't know exactly how many colors, but I'll give you some really iconic ones. If you want, most of the ninja factions have colors associated with them, mostly different variants of gray or black. Green for Swamp Ninjas, however. I believe Hungry Bandits have a yellow-green. Hungry Bandits have something close to a yellow-green. The Legion has a really very nice gray, a gray and white. Some of them are solid colors, other will actually show symbols. So the ones we have here, as you can see, don't show symbols on them. If you get a Paladin and knock him out and throw this on him and take it off, it will have the symbols. Or like if you do Legion, it will have the symbols. Much like on the Empire Samurai armor, if you knock out somebody and throw it on, they'll either have a solid variant, or there's also another variant that will have an eagle, and then a leaf, something like a leaf, a frond or something on the back, a leaf or a frond on the back. So that's something I think that is a little fun to know, a little fun to notice. So if you do want someone to have little symbols on them. Now I haven't actually tried changing a dyed piece to a different color before, so I might actually do that with... since both of these are bandit factions, I don't really care if they do have the stolen tag. I can always clean it off later. So I'm going to actually have Load do some experimenting with changing, if we can change dye clothes once it's already been dyed. So this is, that's the Death Boss. Death Boss didn't have anything. Our Band of Bones person starved to death. They're dying. Okay, so this person's dead, so we don't really need them here. Dying and hungry. Okay, Red Saber, time to earn your keep. Oh, not Red Saber. Oh, the Swamp Ninja Guinean is dying. Hold on. First aid. I don't know if their dead body will actually... I'm kind of curious if they'll disappear. I'm going to leave these guys in here and see for a little while. I'm not really sure if they'll disappear over time. So let's see if our gear changes. No, once it's dyed, it is dyed. It will not change color. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Once you've dyed gear, that's it. That's what it's going to be. You'll have to get a new set of armor to change it to a different color. But yeah, it's really fun. I think if you're playing, if you ever want to play like there's a way to playing multiplayer Kenshi. By that I mean is not necessarily from different. If you're all together, or if you have a screen sharing thing going on, you could have each person. You could have like let's say 4 people playing. And this is actually something a friend of mine mentioned, and so I'm giving credit to him real quick to what he did with this. But because the variant I did with someone before was a little different. Basically, kind of made group decisions. His variant was basically that he would have each one of them decide one thing they were going to do. Now you could also do a round table kind of thing, of where you pass off the to where someone gets to do a single tail. If you don't want to all play at once, you could have a round table, and then sitting people at the table so they don't use a lot of food, while the other one goes off and adventures, comes back, and then lets someone else play. Or you could just have them all going together, color code their armor, and then have them kind of pause and play their actions. I wonder how we're doing on our... Oh, some more fighting. I don't think you're in a position to be insulting. There you go. I think Load's got this. I think Load blocked every single hit. Okay, so let's just take that. Let's pick them up just in case we accidentally have one of them starve. I think it might be a good idea to have a second red saber for the orange armor die. But the Holy Nation has a bunch of different ones. Green, like this greenish yellow and blue is the Empire, and I don't think that they have that many variations. Whoop! It went on sale? Really? Kenshi's on sale right now. That's pretty good. But I'd recommend if anyone's watching this, I've had a lot of fun with, like if everyone's watching this and thinking of getting it, then I've had a lot of fun with this. So I recommend it. Is that dead person perfectly healthy? Oh, they died of starvation. Okay, never mind. That makes sense. So they can die of starvation. Put them down. Set free. Wait, what just happened? I set them free and they just warped through the back of the... Okay. Let's pick him up. Throw him in. There we go. Let's first aid them. You don't really want them to die. Let's first aid them. There you go. You need some food. Maybe we can go get them some food. Do we have some food stacked around anywhere? In here? We got some food. I wonder if we can grab it from here. Yes, we can. Let's keep our... They've been helping us out by changing our clothing color, so take some food. Gift from us to you. Death Boss, you're going to get let go, but if you attack again, I'm leaving you for dead. Yes, you're free to go. If you attack us, that's it. Okay, let's watch him. Okay, good. Now let's close the door behind him. How we're doing on the construction there, Load? Feel like it's going at snail's pace here. But yeah, if it's 40% off, that's a pretty good knockdown in price, and you'll be ready. And Kenshi 2 still has a while before it's gonna be ready. Like they just now I think put out like it may have been actually a lot longer than I thought, but put out like the example of a skimmer, right? So it's very early on in the process, so you're not going to miss out on. As far as I know, you're not gonna get it and then suddenly have to switch over to Kenshi 2 or anything. So you got a good amount of lifespan. You can get a good amount of lifespan out of this game. Right now I have how many hours on it? And this is only since it's come out out of early access as far as I know, but 457 hours on it. And I know some people who have in the thousands. So basically almost 500 hours on it. I'm pretty sure that if you like these style of games, that you'll like it. If you don't like these style of games, then then that's a personal taste thing. Like that's whether you like something personally or not. But if you like sandbox games like this, then I think that you'll enjoy it. I wonder if we've just been stacking up on building materials. No, we're just not building materials all that fast. Also, I did build a bunch of torches, so that could be impacting the productivity just a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and turn that on, and then have load run over and try to keep working on this building. But that's my kind of ideas. Once we get all this built, we're going to probably try to do either a Shek campaign, like a Crawls Chosen inspired or Band of Bones inspired style one, because a lot of people don't really mess around with the Shek Bandit factions a lot, so it'd be fun to mess around and have like a campaign so much more dedicated to that. Or just trying to be the most powerful. The machine is full. Weird kind of. Maybe it's because it's not in his inventory. He's been really not happy about working on this building. Let's watch what he does. What in the world? Why is unlocking that door have anything to do with working on that building? Is he telling me he's gonna walk out? Does he rather walk out than work on this building? Come on, load, please. Please don't make this more difficult. Just work on the building. Someone work on the building. Can someone work on the building? Here, will Griffin do it? Griffin, load obviously doesn't want to do it. Well, you do it. Try. Okay, so give your stuff to Griffin real quick and see if Griffin's willing to do it. Griffin, not you too. Just build the building. Please. Please stop running away. Where are you even going? Why is it over there? What's over there that's so great? You just threw it back. Okay. He just... Is this building cursed? They don't want to build a new retirement home for their wounded? Is that it? You guys just don't like the retired militia? Feel like they're not helping out or something? What's going on? Give them some credit. They lost a limb for you guys. Come on. Build. It's your right there. Build it. Come on, guys. What is it? What is it that you're... Oh, no. Hold it here. Nope. Turn off jobs. There we go. Build. There we go. Just took some negotiation tactics. Just had to tell him he could not move and could not do his job if he didn't do it. There we go. Probably something I have in jobs that I'm not paying attention to that's messing up that whole. I also think I have hold on some people already. I haven't turned off. There you go. Yeah, I think I forgot to turn it on. That's why I don't have much building materials. We do got beds up. We do have beds up here, so there's that. So let's throw up everybody up here. Oh, scratch! I think. Oh no! You just need to get on the stairs and then you can go up. There you go. We do need to build a food barrel so we don't have to run all the way down to get it. So let's go food storage up here. Food store. There we go. Let's build 2. For the sake of symmetry. We can actually move that low it over, can't we? Oh. There we go. You don't need to build it scratch. It's going to be built on the house for you guys. Oh, we got some people running in. Some more Band of Bones, I think, waking up. Actually, some of those are pretty healed up. Do we still have a door open? I feel like we have a door open. Somebody leave a door open. Ah, that's where they came in. Somebody let the door open. There we go. Fixed it. Don't worry, they're knocked out, so we're good. I'm sure everyone's medic. Alright, that's right. Go up there. And take your position. Oh, you guys, Stone, you stole the bed. Stone and Logan, how dare you? Well, I guess it's an open thing, but still, they crawled all that way. You could. Saru, I think you're going to the wrong building. It's over here. Yes, I know you don't need building materials. We're not gonna have you build it. Just climb up the stairs. I know there's a battle going on outside. Climb up the stairs and go in and sleep. There we go. Looks good. Oh, preparing for a Kenshi marathon? That's okay. That sounds like a great idea. So thank you for showing up, by the way. Thank you for passing on by, and I hope Kenshi. I'm trying to say how it's pronounced. Kenshi-theron, but can't mix marathon and Kenshi. Marathon, Kenshi-theron. Kenshi-theron. There we go. Kenshi-theron. Or Kenshi-thon. So thanks for showing up. We're actually getting close to. We're actually right about a minute from when we normally get off anyway, so we're glad. That's actually pretty good timing too. So because we normally end off at 7, so we didn't get as much of the building as I was hoping to get done, but I felt like this one was more of a fun and relaxed one. What did you say you're talking about? I was fighting ninjas while you were still in your mother's womb. Wow, gosh, Crumble John, I think I don't think you're that much older than everyone else, are you? I mean, especially then, who's that? Dr. Chung? I mean, Dr. Chung might be around your age, Crumble John. I don't know. I wouldn't be so quick to assume. And you had to learn how to be a doctor. I had to take some time. Let's arrange that. And let's give this to, as a gift, let's make him give some of that food to Dr. Chung. How about that? Oh, did he not do it? Yeah, he just dropped it on the ground. Dr. Chung, go ahead and pick up the rice bowl. He did not want to call it. They've been so hostile to each other lately. He just dropped it on the ground. Go pick up the peace offering. There you go. So thank you guys for coming by and watching. I had a lot of fun this episode. More fun than really productive. But we got some fighting in. We got some, work on the structure. As much as they'd like it or not. We also do have a friendly ninja once again knocking on our door. Hold on, let's open that for them. There we go. And we'll continue off next time. And hopefully, and once we get that building done, we'll probably switch over to Season 2. And Season 2 can either be a Monster Hunter or the second coming of Crawl. The second coming of Crawl, the Shack. Or we could, if someone has a wild out idea out there that people get behind, that really people want to get behind, we could always do that too. So, thank you guys for coming and watching. Have a good one. See you guys all later. And, hold on. And, bye.